Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Granny Horror's house. If you enjoyed this video, please do remember to hit that like button, and if you make it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. But without any further ado, let's get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the build, I am going to let you know that you will need white concrete, light grey concrete, black glass, stone brick stairs, stone brick slabs, quartz stairs, cracked stone bricks, and an iron door. And once you have all of these things, we can begin. So, we're going to start off the build by placing a row of 8 white concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to take that block, extend it towards us, and then to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to extend that block towards us by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to place 3 quartz stairs going right. 1, 2, 3. Then a white concrete. 3 quartz stairs, 1, 2, 3, and then a white concrete. We want to move backwards from this white concrete by 17. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Extend the 17th block across to the right, across the back of the build, by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Extend inwards by 1, and then right. You only have to extend right far enough that you are able to connect back to the front of the building. So you don't have to stress yourself out with any sort of counting or anything like that. All you gotta do is this. Now, once you have that shape sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, we can now move on to the next part. So, I want you to come all the way back to where we very first started, which is here. And I want you to move right 1, and then place a light grey concrete, 3 glass, and then a light grey. And repeat that row just up above. So you just want to repeat that directly above like this. I want you to place 2 white concrete on the right light grey. And then a light grey. And extend that left by 2 of the glass. And then a light grey. And on top of this, I want you to place the same. So where you place light grey, where you place, you guys get the idea. I want you to place white concrete on top of all of that. Extend that left and down like this to connect back to the front of the house. I also want you to add 2 rows of white concrete directly to the right of everything that we have just made, like this. And then I want you to extend this entire row forwards by 1. So just like that, just forwards an entire row. We're then going to extend the top of this all the way to the right. The goal of extending this to the right is to extend it down towards the ground. So you're just going to have to use your judgment, but you want to extend it down and hit the frame of the house, like this. Now, the reason that that is important is because now, on this long bit of white concrete, we have to place rows of white concrete that are 1 row shorter than the previous row on top of each other, with the eventual goal being to have 2 blocks right at the top, like this. So you physically really can't go that much higher without making a weird shape and repeating yourself. But that is what you want to have done. Now, not only that, we have to add a couple more things to this. So if we take the top left corner, pretty much where we very first started, underneath the pyramid, if you will, we want to place a light grey concrete underneath the corner. glass to the right, light grey, white, light grey, white, light grey, then a white, extend that white one row towards you, like that. We then want to place a light grey to the right of that, 2 glass, light grey, white, just like that. Place a row of white concrete directly on top of all of that, and then do the same pattern that we did just up above, where we placed rows of white concrete that were just one row shorter on both sides, like that. The next thing that we have to do is we have to add a row of white concrete. Well, first of all, actually, we have to extend down underneath all the windows. So everywhere that you place light grey, place an additional light grey block. And everywhere that you placed glass, we want to do a similar sort of thing. So glass everywhere that you place the glass. On this particular case here, where we have this right window, I want you to place white concrete directly underneath the window like this, just adding an additional row. And where we have these stairs, I actually want you to place 3 additional rows of stairs on top of the quartz stairs that you placed. So you can do that for every single instance in which you placed those quartz stairs. And we're going to place white concrete coming up between the stairs and left and right of the stairs like this. And you can even connect that row of white concrete, if you so wish, to the actual window frame area too. And on top of all of this, we're actually going to leave it alone for a second, because I'll tell you what we want to do is we also want to create an entrance. So the entrance to the house is actually here, or you might want to think of it more of as an exit actually. So right here we want to place a light grey concrete, right of that a door, right of that a light grey concrete, and then white concrete to the right and connecting to the garage. You can even extend the white concrete like around to the garage, like you can build it up so it's the same height if you like. We want to place light grey concrete completely around the door like this. And then we want to place white concrete between the door and the windows like that. And we just want to kind of connect. I know it's kind of hard to see because we're building it in a very isolated forest. But that's kind of what we want to have going for us. And we also want to place some stone brick slabs on top of the entire garage area like this. The stone brick slabs only cover up the top of the stairs and stuff. They don't overhang at all. Like that. But we also want to extend those stone brick slabs to the left, above the door. And we also want to have the same row in front of the house on the left as well. And I'll tell you what, it might be easier if we also fill in that particular part of the house with a little bit of white concrete too. Just like that. And then I'm going to place a row of, below the door area, I'm going to place a row of stone brick slabs that is half a row lower than what we just placed there. And we're going to do a similar thing just to the left here. We're also going to have another row of stone brick slabs just in front of the left area. And it should stagger a little bit. Like, it shouldn't be all one smooth like stone brick slab area. Like, it should stagger a little bit. And that's quite cool. I like that effect quite a lot. Well, we also want to create a little bit of a walkway up to the door here. I'm going to place a row of stone brick stairs in front of the door at the bottom. And then stone brick slabs just in front of it like that, so you can walk up to the door. And once you have done that, what I want you to do after that is I want you to build up the walls of the house. I want you to take the left of the house and I want you to extend it backwards. So all of those white concrete blocks as high as the front of the house, I want you to extend them back. And I want the left side of the house, the wall of the house, to be as high as it is on the front. Like that. But what I also want you to do is I want you to create rows of white concrete that are one row shorter than the other rows on top of each other, eventually reaching an apex like this. Now, once you have done that, we are going to come to the opposite side of the build, and we're going to do a very, very similar deal. So on this opposite side of the build here, we're going to take this side and we're going to raise up the side of the house until it is as high as here. So it's the same height as it is on the opposite side, except, well, it's on this side and it's just a little bit it's just a little bit different, really, but it's the same height and everything like that. There we go. That's what we want to have for the right side of the house. It's a nice smooth wall. It's the same height as the opposite side, except it's not going to have the triangle on top of it. So the next thing we want to do is come to the back of the house, and we want to have some detail added on here. So on the back of the house, it's quite simple. We want to take not this quartz, not this white concrete block here, not this one, but the one behind it, and we want to place a row of 13 white concrete going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we want to create a pyramid effect on top of this row. So it's the same as what we will have on the front. It'll actually match the front perfectly, like that, and you'll end up with this. Now, the reason that we've done that is because we want to now take this block that we went behind and we want to extend this block to the right and down to the sticky out part of the house here. So you can see it extends right and down quite naturally. And then we'll take this part of the house and we'll turn this into a pyramid shape as well, eventually getting to the point where we can only place 2 blocks. And once that has been done, we want to come to the right side here. You can connect this white concrete block to the right if you so wish, like that. And then we just have 2 windows to add, and they are parallel to those windows, meaning if we start in front on top of this block here, we place a light grey, 3 glass going left, light grey. We place light grey on top with glass in between the 2 light greys. And then we place 2 rows of white concrete on top of this, starting from the left going right, light grey, 2 glass, light grey, and we do the exact same thing as we did on the front of the house, like that. Now once you've done that, you will have a large amount of this house complete. The only thing that we have to do is the roof, and I'm not going to go through the entire roof area, but I'm going to give you the basics on how it's done. It's very simple. You have a roof in many places. You even have one where it sticks out on the top front of the building to the right. The roof is only made out of stone brick stairs, and in one case you are also going to have to use stone brick slabs as well. We place upside down stairs underneath the overhanging part of the roof because the stone brick stairs want to overhang the roof by 1 row, and the roof connects from front to back here, so meaning the roof will connect, so like here, it will connect from there to here, and it'll overhang by 1 row. And do remember to also make the roof overhang absolutely everywhere that we have done the pyramid effect, or the triangle effect as you might want to call it. We are going to have to place a roof. Now, like I said, I'm not going through the entirety of this because it's really boring and it's really quite obvious for you to do. Like you'll be able to see on the back, we'll have the same thing, and the roof will obviously start from the side here, and it will come all the way up like that, and then all the way down. And once again, remember, it does want to overhang, and it will come along the side here, up the side, slab at the top where there's only 1 block, stone brick stairs coming down the opposite side like this. There we go. And you can see exactly like where it all goes together. if you just place an outline like this, you should actually legitimately be really fine. But you can see how all of those roofs, they all go together and they will connect together very logically. But not only am I going to do that, not only am I going to do all of those roof areas, but I am also going to be filling in any gaps that we have in the house. So for instance, where we have all this empty white concrete, I'm also going to be filling this in. But another cool thing, other than the fact that I'm going to be doing the roof, is if you like, you can kind of mess up the house a little bit to make it a bit spookier. So where we have this like blank white wall, you might want to destroy shapes in the wall, similar to this one, right? Destroy shapes kind of like these, and you might want to place some light grey concrete in there, and maybe even a little bit of cracked stone brick like this. And you can do this absolutely anywhere around the house, and I'll show you how it looks if you do it. If you just place it like that, it just gives the house a really like worn out feel and a really creepy vibe. And you could even place vines if you wanted to. However, I wouldn't recommend the vines because that kind of gives it a completely different feel. But like where we have this blank white wall here on the back, you might decide to, you know, just mess it up a little bit if you so choose. It's completely up to you, like this. So I'm going to complete the roof, I'm going to make a little bit of a mess of the house, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And we will both have to do that, ladies and gentlemen, back in a second. And this is what the house will look like once it's been 100% fully completed. You can see that the roof has all been connected together, and the house has been messed up just enough. All over the place, I've just placed a little bit of light grey concrete and some smashed stone bricks, whatever the actual name is, and I've just placed it a little bit everywhere. And it's a little bit creepy. You could even use cobwebs, you could use vines, you could do all sorts of other stuff, but I'm kind of leaving it just like this. I do hope that you managed to get that done for yourself. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very much. And if you've made it all the way to the end, please share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here because this is so creepy. And I'm going to go and find a city somewhere because I can't be alone in the woods in a creepy suburban house. It doesn't even make any sense. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.